Hey guys, so I have a kind of pan that palette update. Um, Basically, guys, I'm a bit bored. um, I've gotten a bit bored of my MAC shadows. I've got them all in the double stack again, just to keep them tidy. I broke Orb. I destroyed it. The palette slid off. I put the basket on the floor and the palette slid off the top, knocked off the floor, and oh, it was a mess to clean up. That was a mess. And what's kind of made me feel a bit fed up is like some of the shadows are going a bit bad. Not all these shadows are made equal. The Shadow Club, made in 2010, has gone rather bad. But Cork, also made in 2010, is fine. So it's some are good, some are bad, and I'm just getting a bit frustrated with it, to be honest. I was watching a girl who oh Christ, I can't remember her name. But she was doing an eyeshadow color and she brought up the fact that she had quite a lot of these blue-brown shades in her collection and that she never really saw anyone using them. And I was like, oh, Club. I love Club. Let's use Club. Club is supposed to be this gorgeous warm brown with a green sheen. You can kind of see it on the finger there. It looks very, very muted. And then when you go and apply it, it just kind of blends out into this. It's not doing it now because it's got like my finger oils to make it look shiny. But on the eye, it just turns into this really dry, dusty grey. Like when I had this all over my eyes looked so dry. Like my lids looked wrinkly. And I used the shade Retrospect to highlight in the inner corner. Again, it just made my inner corners look really dry and wrinkly. And this particular shadow, again, it has, the formula has gotten very dry. There's very little color payoff with it anymore. I kind of want to go through and pick out the ones that I think are bad and just get rid of them and downsize the palette. There are some shades that are older, like Smut. It is a grey shade. That's its thing. It is grey. It's not. Oh my god! I keep using the same finger to swatch with. It is a grey eyeshadow. That's just the nature of Smut. It's not a shadow I use often, but should I declutter it? Should I keep it? I don't know. So some of them are dry and dusty, others are perfectly fine. There are a few that I just don't like Atlantic Blue. I just don't get on with Atlantic Blue. It's just not a colour that suits me. It's just not. And then we have Stars and Rockets, which I like Stars and Rockets. It is getting a bit dry though. We do a quick swatch of that guy. It is definitely getting a bit dry. It's not got as good a colour payoff. But if I were to tip it upside down, it actually starts to slide out of the pan. That's how dry it is. It's sliding out of the pan. So with some shadows being good, some shadows not being so good, and with me trying so hard to try and hit pan on something, I'm getting bored with using the same shadows all the time. So I decided I wanted to take June off. I'm pausing for a month. I'm going to come back and reevaluate at the end of the month and see how I feel. I may just declutter some of the shadows and downsize it considerably. We'll see. But for the month of June, I decided to pull out some other shadows. I had a spare empty palette, so I went through my single shadows and put together this lot, and this is what I'm going to work out of for June. So in here I have 4 inglot shadows. My inglot shadows are probably as old, if not slightly older, than my MAC shadows. I'm going to quickly run through what is in here just in case anyone's interested. This is the shade Shine 31. It is beautiful. It's a gorgeous kind of pinky gold. This one is Shine 49, which is kind of like an old, kind of greeny gold. And then we have a slightly greenier gold. This is Pearl 404. And then I have a shimmery brown. This is in the shade 421. I'm gonna say, oh, fig. Just drop it. It's fine. I'm just gonna quickly swatch the shimmery brown. Like, this is a shade I used to wear all the time. Like, wow. Just wow. This is what made me love makeup, is shades like this guy. And then because I was so feeling the club vibe, I pulled out this guy. This is called Moolah. It's one of the Morphe super size singles, I think they were called. But this is everything that club used to be. I mean, look at that. You can already tell the difference. And there's it swatched, and you can see the really warm brown and the green contrast duochrome. This is what club should look like. It's what it used to look like and no longer does, unfortunately. So I'm quite happy to use Moolah. Excited even. I have one Anastasia eyeshadow in here, and this is in Red Earth. It's kind of like a neutral brown, I feel. It kind of reminds me a bit of, is a swatch of it. It kind of reminds me a bit of Handwritten from MAC. And then the rest are Makeup Geek shades. So I have Peach Smoothie, Creme Brulee, Chickadee, Early Bird, Cocoa Bear, Bitten, which I'm really excited to use Bitten. It looks freaking fabulous. We have Morocco, Magic Act, Legend, Curtain Call, Bandwagon, Lucky Penny, Pocket Change, Bada Bing, Shimma Shimma, Drama Queen, and Mocha. So I tried to make sure I had a good mix of sort of warm tones and neutrals and a few cool tones in there, just so that I had a variety, just in case I wanted to change it up a bit. And of course I had to include a shimmery highlight, because I still love Dazzle Light and Crystal Avalanche. I think they're just stunning. Shimmer is pretty close. It's still got that sort of vibe to it. I'm really excited to use Curtain Call and Bitten. I think they're gonna be beautiful. Because I got these eyeshadows, I think in 2016, possibly 2015, and I've just not played with them very much at all. And it's kind of sad, because I was so excited to have them, and then I got them and I put them in a palette and I swatched them for a video, and then I did nothing with them. I was meant to, and then I didn't. So for June, I'm gonna give my Makeup Geek shadows a bit more love. I kind of wish I'd picked up some green shades from Makeup Geek, because I think they would have been fabulous, but you know, we'll make do with what is here. I'm just really feeling the green vibe at the moment, so I'll probably use Moolah quite a bit. We'll see. Anyways, see, it's situations like this that make me very apprehensive every year to try and join in the pan that palette thing. Every year I've tried, well, not every year, but every time I have tried to do a pan that palette, it's not gone down well. Like, I think the first time I tried to do it, I quit like a couple of months in. My Naked palette I tried to do, and it ended up giving me like major eye irritation, so I had to stop. I tried doing the Estee Lauder palettes last year, and I quit around about this time last year because they were so dry and dusty and I just couldn't stand it anymore. And I don't want that to happen this year. I want to carry on and at least try and pan some of the eyeshadows in here. Maybe I was being a bit adventurous with the amount of eyeshadows, but I think I might just focus on the ones that are the ones that are made in 2009, 2010, 2011, 2012, maybe 2013. We'll see. Because there are shades in here that I really like and that I really want to play with, like this little group in the corner here. They're just so beautiful. I want to play with them, and the purples, and I really want to play with those. And just, when I look at the oldest shades in this palette, they're just very blah and brown. Because when I first started getting into makeup, that's all that YouTube really was how many different shades of brown can you get in a palette? Because there is a lot of diversity in brown, there is. But at the same time, it doesn't spark creativity in me as much as it used to. Like, look at me, look at my face. I'm very much into the colourfulness. I mean, I like to mix like pops of colour more than do full colour looks. But I'd rather do a pop of colour than do an all brown look, if that makes sense. So I'm going to play with that new sort of Make Myself palette, and then at the end of June I'll come back, revisit the MAC palettes, decide what I want to do with it, and then we'll move forward from there. So we're going to take a little hiatus from the Pan That palette. I hope no one's too disappointed. It's not like I was making much progress in the first place anyways, but every use is good use, right? So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.